Yo, I got so much tea, I don't know where to begin. So come in, shut the door, and let's talk about it. Hey y'all, it's your girl Missy Speaks, and I'm back. How y'all doing? Ooh, child, I got so much tea in these Hollywood streets I got to spill today. I don't even know where to begin. But first things first, I'm your girl Missy Speaks, and I want to first thank y'all for spending a few minutes of your day with me. Please make sure that you shut the door, sit down, get comfy, make sure you got a nice beverage. I just got me a little spring water today. I'm trying to keep it kosher and nice and clean and spiffy today because I got stuff to do later. Please make sure you like and subscribe because it really helps my channel a lot when you like the video. Lets the algorithm know that other people are watching, so it can share the message with others and invites other people in to watch the video too. So I really appreciate it. It's free to like, it doesn't cost you anything, and I really appreciate it as well. So make sure you like and subscribe and join the family as well. So without further ado, after we've done all that housekeeping, I want to just go ahead and get into these topics, okay? First things first, I do want to talk a little bit about Martin Lawrence. As you know, there has been a lot of concerns about Martin's health. There has been a video going around where they've been doing some promotion regarding the new Bad Boys movie. I think it's like the fourth installment of Bad Boys, and there are concerns about his health because it looks like Martin is helping him walk on the stage. There's a video of Martin holding his hand. I'm going to show you that in a second. And he's moving kind of slow, and it just looks like there's some issues with his motor skills, and there's also concerns about just his speech. It kind of looks like it sounds like he may have had a stroke. So let me just, without further ado, show you that video real quick. So as you can see there is concerns that there may have been a recent health issue with Martin. Martin is dispelling the rumors that there's any issues with his health. But before we go into the video, or rather the audio, or the video rather, of him dispelling rumors about his health, you do recall, if you recall, back in 1996, he did have a situation where, remember when Martin had run out into the street with a gun in his underwear, yelling and screaming, waving a gun. He had like I don't know if it was a health scare, but they were saying it was dehydration. This was back in the Los Angeles Times back in 1996, where Lawrence had run out into the street, and when police had arrived, Martin had tried to fight them off of him. He had a handgun in his underpants, and they were basically trying to subdue him. They were going to charge him with possession of a handgun. They had thought initially that he had a seizure, but then the doctors had come back and said that he had suffered from complete exhaustion and dehydration. That was back in 96. Then 3 years later, the actor had another health scare in 1999 when he had collapsed due to severe heat exhaustion and was put into a 3-day coma. CNN had a write-up where Martin was jogging in the summer heat while he was wearing multiple layers of clothing, apparently trying to lose weight for an upcoming movie role. I think that was also for Bad Boy as well, one of the installments of Bad Boy. And he was found by his girlfriend on the front steps of his home with a temperature of 107 degrees. So obviously that's what caused the heat stroke, and they had to put him in a coma. So these are all brain injuries, of course, And that was back in 1999, just 3 years after the first incident. And that first incident, they were saying that he had that episode because they thought that he didn't take his medication, which was why they thought that he had a seizure. Okay, so basically these are all neurological related type of situations. Now granted, these were back in the 90s when all this happened, some almost 30 years, 20 or 30 years ago. So here we are now, 2024. He's having these weird kind of movements. As you saw in the video, Will is holding his hand and guiding him out on the stage, and he's kind of motioning like this, very slow, just kind of all kind of odd motor skill kind of movements, things that are very similar to stroke related types of issues. But Martin is dispelling these rumors, and he's saying that his health is fine. Here's a video of him in an interview where he is stating that there is nothing wrong with his health, that his health is fine, and that we don't need to worry. However, Will Smith's response to him saying that is very telling. I don't know if this is a nervous response that Will is giving to Martin's statement, but it's odd the way Will responds. Just watch the video, and you guys can tell me what you think.
Martin, is there anything you want to say to the people because they're concerned about your health? Is there anything you want to say to them while you have the floor?
I'm fine. I'm in God's hands. I'm blessed. I'm glad to be waking up every day and everything. No need for people to be concerned. And I'm healthy as hell. Stop the rumors.
Yo, leave me the fuck alone, man. I'm chilling.
So as you can see there, Martin is saying he's fine. We need to stop worrying. He's fine. Leave him the F alone. But Will lets out a boisterous laugh to say, basically, to me, the laugh is saying like, ha, whatever, man, you're not okay. Which is basically what the rest of his fans are probably saying and thinking. I know that's what I'm thinking. I've seen folks with strokes before, and he looks to me like someone who has suffered from a stroke. Now, if he hasn't, I'm glad. Nobody wants this to, especially someone as beloved as Martin. We don't want to see him suffer from a severe illness, such as especially something from a stroke. Fans are thinking, oh, he's just old. He's just getting old. Martin is not old. Martin is in his 50s. That is not old. Okay? So to say that he's old and he's just, getting older and that's why he's behaving this way. No, Will is even in his 50s, and Will is like in tip-top condition. Okay? They're not far apart in age at all. In fact, they're almost the same age. So something to me, in my opinion, is not right. I hope, Martin is okay. I hope he's going to be okay. Please keep Martin in your prayers. Whatever it is, he's a very wealthy man. I'm sure he's getting very good medical treatment. Apparently, he doesn't want folks to know if there is something wrong. But whatever it is, Martin, we hope that you get better, and we're keeping you in our prayers, and we hope that you get better. And that's that on that. So we're gonna move on. Up next, we're gonna talk a little bit about Mr. Kanye West. Kanye has found himself in a little bit of a quandary. Kanye is currently being sued by his former assistant, Mrs. Lauren. I'm probably going to butcher her last name. It looks like it's an Italian last name. Miss Lauren Pisciata. She looks a lot like Kim. Kanye definitely has a type, that's for sure. He is currently being sued by Lauren Pisciata. And let's see, what magazine am I reading from? The Jasmine brand. Yes, I'm reading this from the Jasmine brand, and he has responded to this, but we're going to start with this report here. The Grammy-winning rapper has been sued for sexual harassment by his former personal assistant, Lauren Pisciata. In her claim, Lauren Pisciata said she previously bought in $1 million a year as an OnlyFans model, posting bikini and lingerie, and lingerie photos on the adult content platform. So as you can see, Kanye's in a bit of a quandary here. He's being sued by his former assistant, Ms. Lauren Pichata. In her claim, Ms. Pichata said she previously bought in $1 million a year as an OnlyFans model, posting as a bikini lingerie model for adult content on her platform. According to Lauren, Kanye West hired her in 2021 while developing his fashion brand, and Pichata said that she also helped Kanye West with 3 tracks on his Donda album. Now, getting to her allegations, Lauren alleges that within 1 year of working for West, he urged her to delete her OnlyFans profile and vowed to pay her $1 million a year if she did. And Lauren said that she obliged his request, noting that Kanye wanted her to be godlike. Now, granted, Kanye has this habit of doing this. He did this with Kim, if you recall. Remember when on Keeping Up with the Kardashians, Kim was going to the Met Gala, and she had this cream vinyl outfit. It was a dress with all these, like, it almost looked like raindrops hanging off of them. And he thought that it was too revealing, it was too tight, it was too sexy. And he was like, "You're a mom and you're dressing too sexy," and but her sexiness was the very thing that drew him to her. And she made note of that in their disagreement in that moment, and she refused to honor his request for her not to wear it. And so there was a really big disagreement. So he went to the gala with her anyway, but he had a pissy look on his face, and he went in a jean outfit looking ridiculous while she took her photos, and the dress was beautiful, but he was very upset with her for wearing it. And so ever since then, he's been doing the same thing with every subsequent girlfriend that he's dated. However, this new wife he's with, he's got her walking around looking like a skank, barely wearing anything, not wearing shoes, having her breast out, her JJ out, just looking like a pure skank and an adult star. So, anywho, this Lauren girl, I guess he was doing the same thing to her, and oddly enough, she also looks like Kim Kardashian. So he definitely has a type. But anywho, so after pressuring Lauren to delete her account, Lauren says West started sending her actual text messages. And these are the text messages that Kanye sent to Lauren, and they're pretty disgusting. You can tell this guy is really twisted, and I probably would not have believed these text messages. I probably would not have believed that he sent these text messages if I hadn't seen pictures of Kanye doing this to his now current wife. Okay? If I had not seen this, then I probably would not have believed these text messages to Lauren. But because of this, I believe the text messages, okay? And I'm also going to put the clips of the text messages up so you can see them, because they are pretty disgusting. Okay, so this is what the text messages says, okay? And I'm going to substitute the F word for the word screwing, because I'm just not going to keep saying the F word. Okay, all right, so here we go. I'm going to try, and I even tried to practice this because I kept stuttering because I was trying not to say the F word. So I'm just going to say the word screwing instead of the F word. Okay, here we go. I'm going to try. Okay. Here's Kanye texting her. "See, my problem is I be wanting to screw, but then after I screw, I want a girl to tell me how hard they've been screwed while I'm screwing them. But then I want her to cheat on me." I can't believe he wrote that. Okay. Lauren says that isn't even the most alarming text message that West allegedly sent. She claims in the lawsuit that he used very vulgar language to detail his actual fantasies, including one that allegedly read, "Is my D racist?" Okay, let me just start over again. Is my eggplant racist? It is. This effing racist eggplant of mine. I going to beat this effing racist eggplant for being effing racist. I cannot. I'm going to stare at pictures of white women with black asses and beat the shit out of my racist eggplant. Beating the shit out of his big black cock. What? Oh my God. I can't. What? I, I can't. And again, this is why I believe he wrote it. This is why I believe he wrote it. Anyway. She alleges West often masturbated while they were on the phone together and asked if she could hear him. She alleges that he was obsessed with how well her boyfriends were physically endowed as well. That's another diddler trait. I'm telling you, all these men in Hollywood have diddler traits. He also allegedly sent her a series of graphic photos and videos, including 2 of him having intercourse with a model. I mean, I just feel like sometimes you have so much money that you just, nothing like turns you on enough anymore. Later, Lauren was promoted to chief of staff. I guess she was. And made $4 million. She was fired in October 2022, and West has yet to pay the $3 million severance he allegedly owes. Along with sexual harassment, Lauren is suing West for hostile work environment, breach of contract, and wrongful termination. Now, Kanye, the headline is, Kanye West responds to ex-assistant's sexual harassment claims, says he has proof she was the one who tried to seduce him and blackmailed him when he declined. Now, I'm going to say this much. I believe that she probably tried to seduce him a little bit because he's a very wealthy man, but I also don't doubt her claims either. I don't doubt that she has proof of the text messages, because text messages are very easy to prove. And I feel like he's only turning on her because she has that proof. So, yeah. I believe they're both guilty, but let me go on. So as a result of all this, Kanye has decided that he is now going to countersue Lauren Pisciata. Kanye West responds to ex-assistant's sexual harassment claims, says he has proof she was the one who tried to seduce him and blackmailed him when he declined. So let me go down here and just read some of his claims in response to Lauren Pisciata. Kanye West, through his attorneys, has responded to the sexual harassment lawsuit filed by his former assistant, Lauren Pisciata. The 46-year-old rapper's lawsuit said in a statement to Page 6 yesterday, Monday, June 4th, that it was Lauren Pisciata who tried to pursue him. She then allegedly blackmailed him when he refused her attempts. The statement claimed, adding, in response to these baseless allegations, Ye will be filing a lawsuit against Ms. Pisciata. Prior to her termination as an assistant, Ms. Pisciata stole his cell phone in an attempt to destroy phone records that would contradict her claims, all of which have been preserved. She was terminated for being unqualified, demanding unreasonable sums of money, including a $4 million annual salary and numerous documented incidents of her lascivious, unhinged conduct. Lauren offered Ye X on his birthday, to which he declined, sent Ye unsolicited nude images, actual narratives, and was seen twerking in the office during business hours. She allegedly proudly told him about an incident when she was ejaculated on by a soccer player while simultaneously texting her boss. Lauren is accused of trying to seduce Kanye in exchange for luxury items like a Lamborghini and a Hermes Birkin bag, as well as plastic surgery. His legal team said upon having her advances rebuked, Lauren blackmail demands have gone from $60 million last year to $50 million in last week's frivolous filing. So it says, entirely inconsistent with someone who claims to have been actually harassed or experienced a hostile work environment. Lastly, they allege that Lauren Pisciata used her job as Kanye West's assistant to seek material gains, clout, and employment through inappropriate means. So this is Kanye's claim. Personally, I feel like neither one of their hands are clean. I don't doubt that maybe Lauren has done some of these things. However, like I said, I also don't doubt that Kanye did some of the things that she claimed as well. per this photo right here. Once I saw this, I knew that all bets were off with Kanye. There's nothing that he won't do. And this is all very diddler behavior, okay? All very diddler behavior. So we will see what happens as more details come out about this case, but it doesn't look good. And I just feel like, just like with Diddy, these Gen X superstars, as more and more drip happens, none of this surprises me. It's even happening with The Game. I'm not going to talk about him today, but he's just another Gen Xer who's wrapped up in a lawsuit, who has inappropriately, more than likely, allegedly handled one of his former employees or a former girlfriend who's coming out and telling their story. So none of this surprises me. And it's probably going to be proven through text messages or video that he did do some of the things that this young lady is saying. And I'm probably not doubting that she's done some of the things that he's saying as well. So we'll have to see. We'll see. It's all alleged at this point, and we'll see what comes out in the wash. So, moving on. Let's see what else is next up in the bill here. So we have, we talked a little bit about, no, we didn't. We're gonna talk a little bit about Riri and her new hair care line. I find this to be very interesting. As you know, Rihanna is coming out with her new Fenty hair line, and I'm interested. I'm obviously, people find this quite curious because it's right after Beyonce dropped her hair care line, Sacred. Now, people are just ride with me for a second on this, folks. People are upset. They're like, oh, why would she drop that? Well, not people, the Beehive. Oh, the Beehive. They're upset because they're like, why would she drop this right after Beyonce? And quite frankly, she's been working on this since 2021. This isn't something new. Beyonce started working on hers in 2022, and Rihanna started working on hers in 2021. Just look up the patent information, folks. It's all public information, okay? You know, you guys start complaining and yapping your lips about stuff, and the public information is out there. It's not news. So, I'm going to explain to you why Rihanna is a billionaire and Beyonce is not. Even though they both were equally just very successful women in their own right. But I'm going to tell you why Rihanna is successful at everything she touches. Okay? I'm going to explain to you why that is. But let's talk a little bit about why the Beehive is upset. Let's just do that. They're upset because they're like, well, nobody wants to buy, you know, Bay Sacred, but you guys are all happy about Rihanna's Fenty Beauty hair thing, and that's because Rihanna's personable. Okay, now granted, Rihanna's hair care line is probably not going to be any different than anybody else's hair care line. Okay, it's not. All right, it's not going to be any different than anybody's shampoo or conditioner. It's not going to be any. It's just hair. It's just conditioner and shampoo. Really, it is. But she's personable. She is somebody that you can reach out and touch. I've seen interviews and promotions where Rihanna's walked up to people and touched their face and talked to them and done their makeup. Rihanna has walked up to people and done their makeup. I know the moment I fell in love with Rihanna. I remember she was pregnant, just big and pregnant, honey. Stomach hanging out. She had a half a shirt on with them little like ruffles around her shoulder. And she had a little mini ruffle skirt on and some toe out sandals. Just looking regular schmegula. She was in the islands, I think. I think she was in Barbados, just visiting home. And she got a piece of fruit, and she kicked her little sandals off and walked into the ocean, had a little stomach out, and just walked out into the ocean. And she looked like she was hot as hell. And this was the moment I fell in love with Rihanna. Girl, she took that peach or whatever the hell that fruit was she had, and she rinsed it off in the dirty ocean and ate it. She was like, I was like, oh! Did that billionaire just eat a dirty piece of fruit? Lord, child, she didn't get a handler to go and clean off a piece of fruit. No, girl, she went out there. There, the picture right here. This right here made me fall in love with Rihanna. I said, she real. She a human being. I mean, I knew she was a human being, but to me, it was just such a real moment. She just looked like a big, awkward giraffe going out with her little big old stomach. She looked normal and hot and tired and just like, I just need me something fresh and cool, and let me go out here and wash this dirty piece of fruit off in the dirty ocean and eat it. And I was just like, she's just like me. I wanted to go and throw money at her right there. This is why this woman is a billionaire. This is why. Okay? Because she's just like everybody else, and she doesn't have a problem being normal in front of everyone. I've never seen a moment like that with Beyonce, ever. Ever. That was the realest moment ever. And I'm sure she's had even more real moments. But this is the problem with Beyonce. She is afraid to be herself. I don't even know if Beyonce knows what being herself is. I don't know. That's why Darion Jeans failed. That's why I think she had a perfume line that failed. That's why Ivy Park failed. Because she doesn't know how to be herself. Or she won't. And authenticity is extremely important when you're pushing a product, because you're not really selling that product. You're selling yourself. You have to sell you in order for people to buy the thing that you're selling. Because the thing that you're selling is really no different than the thing that it's in competition with. There's 1,000 different Darion jeans. Okay? Those jeans are in competition with 24 other pairs of jeans. So if you want us to buy those jeans that cost 40% more than the next pair of jeans, then we have to like you. And the problem is, nobody really knows Beyonce. So we're not going to spend $300 or $200 on a pair of jeans when we don't really know you. Now, we'll go to your concert because your dancing and your music is tested, tried, and true. We know we're going to get our money's worth on that. So we don't really need to know you personally to pay money for your concerts. But if you want us to buy your products, well, we need to get a little deeper. And this is why people are willing to invest in Rihanna's products, because she's willing to let us in. She's willing to let us in, and so we're willing to buy in. And this is where Beyonce keeps missing the boat. And I can prove to you why people are willing to buy into Rihanna. Let me read a few responses about what people are saying in contrast to Rihanna's new products. People are like responding to Rihanna's new dropping this new hair care line. And here are just some of the comment section I was reading. And Rihanna wears her hair in all these different colors. Now that's another problem that Beyonce has with this new hair care line. Beyonce's hair has always been blonde or brown. I ain't never seen her with no green hair, no pink hair, no red hair. That's Rihanna. Rihanna is not afraid to take risks with her hair. I've seen her in wigs, but I've seen Rihanna wear her hair for years, her own hair for years. And it's been pink, it's been red, it's been green. She's always willing to take risks and do something different. She's a very interesting person. Beyonce she colors inside the lines. But there's nothing wrong with that. But you can't expect us to take risks on your products if you're not willing to take risks on yourself. Even when she did the country album, she just went a lighter color blonde. She didn't even take a risk there. But here's some responses from folks who said, I honestly figured she was doing an entire beauty supply store concept where she sells wigs, products, hair, tools, etc. So that was one person. And this has a lot to do with the fact that Brianna's been doing the Fenty beauty line forever. So the only natural thing for her to do was to do a hair care line. So this person was saying here, I was expecting her to do wigs as well. So they were just expecting her to do this anyway. Next person here says, I feel like I'm inclined to believe it's a great product because she hasn't disappointed us yet. That's another person. Riri's a savage. Nobody makes her do anything. Another person says, I'm still buying it. The people in the Caribbean don't care. They're still gonna buy it. I don't care. I'm buying it because I love the whole Fenty brand. Oh, that's funny. This one girl says Rihanna probably did that on purpose to get y'all talking. She's a whole businesswoman. I think this is a calculated move. Love her, and I wish her the best in her business ventures. So there's like thousands of comments here. I don't care, I'm buying it. I love Fenty and I'm buying it. So I'm not. There's too many comments to read. But the point is, a lot of these folks are so endeared to Rihanna because Rihanna is so real and open with herself, and I think that it would help Beyonce a lot if she was more open. She doesn't have to be open because no celebrity is required to let you into their lives personally. But I feel like if they want you to buy their products, then they need to be willing to be more open about who they are as a person. I always say this, and I'm gonna say it to the day I die. Nobody is self-employed, and Rihanna understands that concept. She understands that she works for the fans, and therefore she's willing to be open and 100% transparent about who she is. And that's why the fans are all in on everything that she does. And that's why she's a billionaire. I mean, I always say that about Tabitha Brown. Tabitha Brown is probably on her way to being in the Billionaires Club. Because she is so open and authentic about who she is as a person. She was like that about her illness and her personal life. She talked about her illness and what happened to her and her mother's illness. And just her southern hospitality and her she's just such an inviting person. Beyonce, she just comes off kind of cold. She's not a mean person, but she's just not a very approachable person. So it makes it very difficult for people to want to buy in and be all in. We are in on certain things with Beyonce, but we're just not in on everything. We'll buy her music, we'll attend her concerts, but don't ask us to do nothing else, B. Sorry. So that is that. Let's move on. And I think, do we have anything else? Yes, we do have, yes. Let's talk a little bit about Miss Porsha Williams. Porsha Williams had petitioned to the court that she put in an emergency motion to ask the courts to allow Bravo to bring in cameras to her home to allow them to record. Because it was causing issues with her being able to work and record and just kind of do her job at Real Housewives of Atlanta. So she finally got an answer back. So let me go ahead and give you some information regarding that response. This is per Radar Online on June 3rd. Judge responds to Porsha Williams regarding her motion request to film in Simon's home. Basically, he's not going to grant or deny her request. And basically, as a result of this, True Entertainment states that they need an explicit approval from the courts. Porsha is still unable to film in the mansion as a result. True Entertainment is not willing to bring any cameras into Simon's home unless the court is willing to explicitly rule that they can bring cameras in. And the court is saying, no can do. I am not getting into that mess. I am not going to say whether this man can allow. I'm not going to say whether, someone can bring cameras into this man's house or not. At least not right now. That's basically what the court's stance is on it. Legal documents obtained by Radar Online reveal that the court has decided to stay out of the filming drama for now, declaring the judge will not discuss the issue until the hearing over their prenuptial agreement, which Simon is disputing as a result of Porsha obtaining employment through Bravo without telling him. So basically, the court is not going to make an assessment or decision until they discuss the prenuptial agreement situation. And there is no date on that yet. I was looking to see if the court had determined whether they had put a date out there to review the prenuptial agreement, but they have not. In the prenuptial agreement, it states that Porsha is not supposed to work while she is married to Simon. As this has been stated and discussed in previous videos, and essentially Porsha signed an agreement with Bravo and obtained a job prior to filing for divorce. Simon is also disputing that Porsha filed for divorce prior to 15 months. And in the prenuptial agreement, it states that she can stay in their home if she files for divorce for, I think, up to a year or up to 2 years, something like that, as long as she is married to him for 15 months. I think he's disputing that she filed for divorce before that 15-month period. So there's a lot of disagreements going on about time frames, if she filed for divorce within the 15 months or after the 15 months. So All that's being disputed, and the judge is basically saying he's not going to make a ruling on any of these matters, whether cameras can come into the home and allow Portia to film, whether she filed for divorce before the 15 months or after the 15 months. None of that's going to be decided upon uh, until he convenes, and I guess on a specific date, and he hasn't even decided on that date yet. So basically, True Entertainment is saying, well, since the judge is saying that he is not going to make a decision on that, we're not going to bring cameras into Simon's house because we don't want to get sued by Simon, because Simon's name is the only name on the home. So, going on with this, is as such, there has been no consideration of the terms of the prenuptial agreement and whether its provisions prohibit or allowing filming in the marital residence of the parties. Therefore, there should be no reliance on the court for enforcement of either party's position regarding the same until after such time as the issue has been heard and ruled upon by Judge Charles Eaton Jr. So that was the court's decision in response to Portia's emergency motion. So basically, the court is saying that they're not going to make a decision until Judge Charles Eaton Jr. Hears the motion at a later date, and that date has not been decided upon yet. It says the temporary order also rehashes that Portia has immediate sole and exclusive use, control, and possession of the marital home, adding Simon is still on the hook for paying the mortgage and cannot enter the property without prior written permission. Neither party shall enter the other's residence without prior written consent. Text or email is sufficient should husband need to retrieve additional personal belongings from the marital residence. Husband shall request the same in writing through counsel no less than 24 hours in advance, and shall be permitted to enter his personal property at a time and date agreeable to the parties. The document explained. Simon is still responsible for all financial responsibilities of the home, HOA fees and assessments, property upkeep and utilities, while Portia temporarily remains in the residence per the prenuptial agreement. Good God. So he basically is on the hook for everything pertaining to the home per the prenuptial agreement until the judge rules if the prenuptial agreement is, I guess, enforceable. Good God. So basically, he's paying all this money for her to live in the house, even though he can't enter it. And he still hasn't listed a date as to when he's going to rule on what happens next. And then it says, Portia and Simon are locked in a nasty war over the prenuptial agreement, with Portia demanding the contract they signed before their 2022 wedding be enforced. Simon argued that her financial status has drastically changed, pointing to Portia's multi-million-dollar deal with NBC Universal Entertainment, which she signed just days before ending their marriage. Simon is stating that the prenuptial agreement was contingent upon Portia being a housewife and not having an income. Portia recently filed an emergency order demanding she be allowed to film Real Housewife of Atlanta inside their marital residence. She argued it was vital to her ability to sustain her income and employment. However, the production company behind the franchise made it clear producers will not tape inside the property until given permission by the court. And the court, as we have just read, will not make a decision at this time. So basically, Portia is out of a job until the court makes a ruling. So I don't know what Portia is going to do, because I mean, they seem to want to base her entire storyline around this mansion, and she blew up her entire relationship with Simon, which really to this day makes no sense to me, because she's saying she blew it up with with Simon because of his citizenship status, and that he can't seem to get citizenship in the United States. But in my opinion, his citizenship status really doesn't seem to have changed. He's still coming in and out of the United States whenever he wants. His financial status doesn't seem to have changed. His career and employment status does not seem to have changed. So why would you have done that, Portia? What was the real reason that you blew up your entire marriage? Because now he has moved on and he's entertaining other women, and he's showering them financially with the money that he was showering you with, because he's no longer, I think he was giving her like money every month when they were married. I think he was giving her an allowance, which he's no longer doing. So now she's got to work extra hard with I think she's doing these like little Amazon things that she does every day to push her little Amazon products to make up for the allowance she's not getting. So why would she blow it all up like that? It doesn't make any sense. She blew up her entire lavish lifestyle that she was getting from him financially. And I don't understand why she did that. There wasn't any domestic involved. No domestic V wasn't involved. So why did she blow up her life? Because that was what she sold to Bravo. She sold this lavish life she had with Simon as a package deal. And then she didn't tell Bravo that she was blowing that up. She didn't tell them that she was getting rid of Simon. So if I was Bravo, I would be pissed the F off. Because to Bravo, they were getting her and Simon and the house. And this is probably why Bravo is digging their heels in the ground and they're saying, if we can't film in that house, we don't want you. Because that's what you sold to us. So I'm sure Bravo's pretty pissed with her, that they're not getting the package deal that she sold to them. She better go over there and film in Shamia's house, because right now they're getting from Shamia what Portia sold to them. Because right now Shamia's got everything that Portia was selling to them. She got the husband, she got the kids, she got the big house, she got the money. Shamia right now is the richest housewife on Roa. She the whole package. I wonder if she's given was got to be gave when it comes to just her whole life. I hope she's interesting. I do. Because, right now she's given the total package as far as what looks good on paper. Anyway, we'll see, child. We'll see. As far as I'm concerned, Portia's whole life is being played out right now in the public. So I don't even see the point. They need to take her peach and throw it in the ocean and let Rihanna clean it off and chew on it. Because that's all Portia's peach is good for right about now. Because I don't even know. They're saying Portia's having a hard time, with the filming. And I guess why. I guess this is why. But anyway, let's move on, child. Let's move on. Now we have the OGs, child. We have the OGs. We have Phaedra. We have Sheree and Kenya. They all got together and decided to have a hot girl summer with none other than Meg Thee Stallion, child. Yes, indeed. And I'm telling you, I really enjoyed seeing this. They all got together, and Meg had gotten on Instagram because she was having some issues. They had a water main break or something, and she had gotten on Instagram Live and had shared that they were having some water main break issues, and she was doing a concert in Atlanta, and there was concern that the concert might be canceled as a result. She was trying to figure out if there was going to be another venue that she could possibly host a concert, and she was calling out to the various housewives via Instagram saying, she called out to Candy, obviously, because Candy's in the music industry as well, and Candy was like writing back saying, I wish I could help, but it's affecting the whole city. All the girls from Housewives then chimed in saying, hey, we're going to see you at the concert. Don't worry, we're there to cheer you on. We'll be there to support. So it was just really, really just all good energy, good vibes. And I was just really excited to see them come and join her. And they all looked so good. And let me tell you right here, just sidebar, if Portia was going to show up, it should have been right here in this moment, honey. And she wasn't even there. Look at these pictures right here. These girls looked so good. Look at Phaedra. Phaedra looked so good. Let me pull up these pictures right here. There was Phaedra. Oh yeah, and there was also Glorilla. Glorilla, of course, has a single with Meg. So Glorilla was there with Meg, and Phaedra took a photo with Glorilla, and Phaedra looks so good, honey. I'm gonna need your doctor's phone number, Phaedra, because Phaedra is looking a hot girl summer to death. And then we also see the girls taking a group photo with Meg. Let me go ahead and pull up the rest of these photos. And then we have them taking a drink with Meg as well. They're doing shots. Oh, they're getting all types of sauce stuff. Then they all take a group photo with Meg right here. They all look so good. Phaedra got her cowboy hat on. And then Meg takes a photo. Meg has been known to say that her favorite Real Housewives of Atlanta star is Kenya Moore. So you see them in a photo here. She's saying that everybody hates on Kenya because they know that Kenya is the #1 Real Housewife of Atlanta star. And Kenya keeps the mess going, but she is also absolutely gorgeous. So you have to give that to Kenya. But all these girls, all these women right here are over 50, and I mean, my God, they are gorgeous. You can't hate on me. Meg's entire tour is completely sold out. I mean, y'all can try and get a ticket, but I doubt. I don't know. I don't even know. And ciao. Let me tell you something right now. This Phaedra right here is so messy. This is why Phaedra needs to be back on Housewives of Atlanta. Phaedra asked Meg Thee Stallion to say something nice for Sweet Tea, because you know Phaedra right now is on Married to Madison. She still has like a couple of seasons under her contract left. And Phaedra said, she said, "Can you say something nice? Say something nice. Say hi to Sweet Tea." And you know, Meg said, "Oh, hi, Sweet Tea. How you doing, Sweet Tea?" She said, "Well, you should have brought her back here." And so she was saying, I something about I should have. She said, "Well, you could have brought her back here." She said, "Oh, I know I could have, but I didn't." Phaedra is so shady. Why you didn't bring that girl to the back? Ooh, Phaedra, she is so mean, girl. Phaedra is messy. Why you messy like that, Phaedra? Well, Phaedra left that little girl sitting out the front while she had a little reunion with the other housewives of Atlanta. So, well, sorry about that, Sweet Tea. Phaedra, you know better. Maybe next time, Sweet Tea. Maybe next time. She's so damn. I wonder how Sweet Tea felt about this. Sweet Tea, drop down in the comments and let me know how you felt about Phaedra leaving you out front. I'm gonna tag you in this video. Let me know how you felt. You need to read Phaedra. I love Phaedra though, but that was real messed up. Gonna leave you out there like that. You should have been in the back snapping it up with the rest of these girls. We should have seen your outfit too. Anyway, well, y'all, that's really all it was. I'm glad that Meg was able to go forward with her concert, because it was touch and go there. It wasn't like guaranteed that it was going to happen, because they weren't sure if this water main break was going to get repaired. You know, there was concerns about health and safety and food and just having laboratory services. Meg was even willing to pay for like porta potties and stuff if she was going to have it outside. She was willing to have the concert outside and pay for porta potties, but fortunately they were able to repair the problem so that she could have the concert. So yay for Meg. She threw on an outstanding concert. I heard it was 5 stars across the board, and as you can see, the housewives look beautiful. You see our girl Phaedra always, you know, bringing it. Look at her, got that booty showing, you know, that donkey booty, homebred, like what she say, homebred, like cornbread. Look at that. Look at, she's standing there with Glorilla. She got the little booty getting up in the SUV. And then we have the OGs right here, the 3 OGs, Phaedra, Sheree, and Kenya. Just amazingly beautiful. I can't wait to see this season's Real Housewives of Atlanta. I'm sad that Sheree and Phaedra won't be in this season. I really think they messed up on the casting, but I'm hoping that the new girls will bring it. So you guys tune in, and hopefully when I do my review of this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta, that it will be a good review. But you know, I am not all that hopeful, but we'll keep our fingers crossed. So that's it, folks. I thank you so much for spending some time with me. Like I said, I told you it was going to be a packed, action-packed, full of just hot topics and chit-chat. I appreciate you spending time with me today. Please like and subscribe this video. Subscribe. Thank y'all so much for joining me today, and I look forward to spending more time with you again. Love you guys, and I'll talk with you again soon. Bye-bye.